Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we are going to be playing the Fates. And yeah, we have a pretty medium shop here. Nothing like especially special to Fate here. I think we're just going to take the Cuddy. And yeah, we're gonna take our free win against Skip here. We get our second cut purse. And we're gonna get a second unit with this shop as well. We're probably just gonna take the Black Cat. Just adds a little bit of power to our board as we have two 1/1s at the moment, so. And also, like, if we find some supports and whatnot, then that's going to go a long way. We are going to lose the fight, but we did get our Slay with our cut purse here, which is great. Gives us an extra gold to work with at least. We get to triple our Cuddy here, which is going to get nice and large and be able to get Slays a lot more easily. And like, we have a choice between Secret Stash and Shepherd Sling. Like, we're probably going to lose, but like Shepherd Sling could also just give us enough stats to compete as well. And it's just, I think Shepherd's Sling is probably a better treasure just long term. Like I said, we are going to lose this, except we're not. We actually win there against all odds. I guess maybe not against all odds, but we get a good run out anyhow. And now we've got we locked the Mim there, hoping to take it this turn. I think we are going to take it, but I'm looking at that party right now. Because adding a bunch of stats to my shop is definitely something I'm interested in. I like getting a party going early, and with that we're gonna take this Ogre Princess. It's a 6/4 with the Shepherd Sling plus the party stats, so like it's pretty likely to get Slays and get us some value to be able to catch up. And we are gonna lock this TLK. Unfortunately, we do miss our first Slay somehow, but we do get our cut per Slay at least, although we take a big chunk of damage. So we're just going to TLK the cut purse now. We want to start kissing it up the chain just to make it a better unit overall. I mean, like cut purse is of course doing some very good work for us right now. We are getting decent econ, but we TLK it into a Good Witch here, which is going to do a great job of supporting the Ogre Princess, allowing it to get Slay. As a 10/10 should be able to Slay on 3.1. And then we just end up spending our gold as efficiently as possible, and we pick up a doubly plus a bossy, and the doubly is a decent size at an 8/8. And we win that combat pretty handily. And now we've got Cindy at just one progress left, which we are gonna consume right now and get our treasure by casting this experience spell. With this golden witch, with this golden good witch, I feel pretty confident that we're going to be able to at least put up a good fight in this combat. Maybe even get our extra XP. We can sell something and buy this donkey as well, or this brave princess, and put it in front of the support, which we're definitely going to do. We end up taking Fairy Tale there. I mean, it just compounds the party stats we've already got in the shop, so that felt pretty good to me. This mouse and this cat are both pretty whatever here, so we could sell either one of them, but we end up selling the mouse. We did rearrange our board there just to try and get maximum value out of our donkey, because we really wanted to get this extra experience, and it really paid off because they had a lightning dragon, and it did attack right into the spot where we did have our good witch, so we kind of next level our opponent there. Well, maybe not next level, but fortunately we got it out of harm's way, whether that was a coincidence or not. There is a second cat here, but I don't think that we're that interested in it at this point. Like, we just like chasing black cat pairs at this stage in the game just isn't really what we want to do. We find another TLK, and again, like I said, we want to keep kissing it up the chain, so we fire it off on the Good Witch. Even though it makes our board maybe a little bit weaker just overall stat wise, we do get a golden Medusa out of it, which is fantastic. And with that golden Medusa, I figure we pick up this Chupacabra. I feel pretty good about that, although we do lose this combat. But if we can get some Chupacabra slays going, then we can find ourselves into a monster comp. Also, that's a benefit for our Ogre Princess, of course. Because it's a 3-pair, we are going to pick up this donkey. The Reckless Wager's looking a little bit tasty here. Just because, I mean, we have the golden Medusa. We're 1 experience, or we're 2 experience ahead. We're on level 5, so if we take that, we can maybe just buy another 5 and be pretty strong here. And yeah, we're gonna go for it. We take one roll and we find another Medusa, which we are just gonna jam, and we're gonna play our donkey up front and hope that that maybe it gets some value. And it does. It gives us a pig, which unfortunately gives our opponent value, but we do get to scam their golden wombats that they have, which is enormous for us. And this golden Medusa takes it down. We get our reckless wager money. Obviously Medusa, just an incredibly solid unit. It's always a good pickup, and really showing our value there. We're gonna take a sarcophagus. Like, we only have 3 evil characters on board, but like, it's still fine. I think the other options there were like pretty lackluster, so we're happy to just take the sarcophagus for a little bit of extra tempo here. Trying to figure out optimal positioning on my board. Not that 7 ever slays at this stage with the Ogre Princess, but we want to give it a chance to, at least. And we want to play the donkey in the back. Now that it's got some decent size, because it's golden, we wanted to put it in the back and hope that it gets some amount of value. And this opponent has a couple of golden donkeys here, so that's a bit concerning for us. We do get a great scam there, taking out the Water Wraith, and we take out their Angry, and now it's a golden donkey off. And our sarcophagus puts a level 5 summon out into the world for them. And then fortunately for us, our level 5 summons are just a bit superior, and the size of our donkey was also greater, so that was the determining factor, I think. In our donkey off, our level 5 donkey off there. Not something you see every day as a battle between donkeys when you're both at level 5. Got some decent stats on our friendly spirit, which goes to our Medusa, which we are absolutely happy with. Donkey again is strong enough to withstand a couple hits, and gets us a couple very valuable summons, allow us to take down the combat. And yeah, here we are on level 6, a couple XP up. Boomhilda's kind of interesting because we are kind of moving towards a monster comp, although like Boomhilda, like in the monster comp, is also like doesn't really fit that well, since it competes for the slot, for the same slots that Medusa does, because like you want Medusa in 5. Medusa in 5 is just extremely powerful. I think Medusa in 5 is probably better than Medusa in 1 in general, just because you're way more likely to get a second Medusa attack in 5 than you are. I mean, of course, you're probably never getting a second attack out of your Medusa in 1 unless you have very specific circumstances. And speaking of Medusa, there's another one. And yeah, I mean, of course you saw the thumbnail. We are going to be playing quite a few Medusas. I think I put the statue in the thumbnail because just a little confused why my opponents are playing all these statues. You know, hey, there's one. Hey, there's another statue. Anyways, we steal their monster book, which is great. They have an Oni Tyrant, so they're very, very powerful here. That's exactly the thing we want. We do manage to come out on top here with thanks to our Medusas. And also stealing that monster book was a huge help. There's a Nian in that shop, which I did consider, but I just don't think we necessarily want to invest in that, especially since we have a bunch of pairs already. We're gonna go for the ugly Gosling helm. We can position in such a way that we get the helm buff onto our friendly spirit, and I think that's valuable. Just enough more valuable than the Krampus Slay. Like, our board is pretty small. If attack order goes really bad, like, we can easily lose a combat. So rather than curse ourselves with the Krampus Slay, I figure let's take the guaranteed stats and just make our board at least a little bit stronger. We just had to reposition here, and there we go. Now the friendly spirit will get the buff, because it does go like the tiebreakers are like the lower level and then lower power and then lower level. So since Medusa and friendly spirit both had 6 power and are the same level, it's just whichever goes first in the order gets the helm buff. So yeah, and since we managed to get our 6 power Medusa in the back rather than in the front, yeah, the friendly spirit gets to go first and is going to get the buff every time anyways. There is an Ashwood, but I think we're too far away from trees here. Like, there's still 5 people in this game, but at the same time, like, we're so well set up for Oni Tyrant and Pumpkin. I think we just gotta roll and try and hit those. But yeah, you can see the shops have been pretty unkind to us as far as level 6 units, relevant level 6 units go anyways. Unfortunately, we get nothing out of this mummy triple, but the mummy is quite large, so it does play. We find a couple more Medusas. Why not? I mean, we get to replace our Medusa, and now we have room for one more if we want to buy it. Play 4 Medusas. There's a statue. Again, these opponents sure are playing a lot of statues. I guess that's the meta right now. Just statues. Another statue there. Unfortunately, that pumpkin is not a statue. One of the few things we want to. We make our own statue because of our own unit. And unfortunately, this Cupid comes up super clutch for our opponent here. We were very favored in that combat, but they did manage to get the win there. Thanks to that Cupid specifically. Again, just we're looking for these relevant level 6 characters. Like Oni Tyrant would go a long way to helping us here. Like Pumpkin is okay, but like our board is like the average level of our board is pretty low, so Pumpkin is a little bit less appealing. I mean, it's still great with especially with Sarcophagus and whatnot. We do finally find the Oni Tyrant, so we definitely lock that. And here is pretty decently sized board. They've got their board's a little bit confused though. Like they've got Court Wizard and Oni Tyrant things going on, so maybe they're preparing for World Tree or something. We do lose the combat though because we just didn't have the stats to compete, and we weren't able to scam the Yorm there. So now that we have the Oni Tyrant, that should help us with our stat problem here. And I think we're going to sell it down just for the smite, just to give us the best chance of winning here. It's another Oni Tyrant comp. I feel like everyone's playing Oni Tyrant in this top 4. Unfortunately, we don't get the second Medusa attack, but that mummy is so large that it still does the trick, and we win with our Oni Tyrant. Unfortunately, we knock them to 1 instead of knocking them out. But we do find a 4th Medusa. Well, I mean, technically, it's what? 3, 6, 8. This is our 8th Medusa, so let's go ahead and just jam that. It's definitely got to be better than the Chupacabra for sure. And now, yeah, we've got 2 Medusas in the front and back, and yeah, we're hoping that that's going to be enough scam. There is our Chupacabra triple, but we're not interested in that. We could have sold down for it, but there's no level 4 treasures that are really worth it here. Just a quick check of what the opponent is playing. I mean, they're Miri, so like, I think it's pretty easy to guess that they're playing Royals of some flavor. And I think, yeah, they're playing Cursed Throne plus Yorms here, so they have a lot of stats over there. Fortunately, we get the first attack, and we get to scam their Lancelot. Also, I mean, we scam their Juliet, but also the mummy takes out the Romeo before they get to resummon anything. Not that it would have mattered, because we Medusa'd the Juliet anyways, but still. We do pick up another Oni Tyrant here. I don't think it plays over anything on board right now. Like, I think our units are a little too valuable just to play something that's like not very good at getting attacked into and is only good when we're attacking. So whereas like the Friendly Spirit and the Mummy both are fine with being attacked into and can provide value. And yeah, the Celestial Tiger did die to the Ghost there, so that's fortunate for us. This means that, I mean, well, I guess maybe not fortunate, but it just means that we're heads up with the Miri now. And hey, well, why don't we lock two more Medusa here? Although, like, I doubt the unless we get some miraculous tie here, then we're not going to be able to use that shop anyhow. And things look a little bit grim here, but fortunately for us, Slay has always had this problem, and I guess always will. Yeah, their backline is just not big enough to trade with our stuff. So yeah, we get just enough Medusa attacks to take out their front line and then clean up their back line, while they can't deal with our very slightly buffed Medusas. Like, the Medusas weren't that big. The friendly spirit put some stats on, and there's a couple stats from the Oni Tyrant, but they definitely weren't like Yorm Slice stats like the opponent was getting. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this comp that I'm gonna dub only Medusas in the building. And yeah, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff that helps the algorithm. I would very, very much appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Also, quick reminder, the poll for what I'm going to do with my uploads is still live on the community tab. If you want to go ahead and vote in that. I think we're coming to the end of it in the next day or two, but yeah, that's still open for your feedback. But yeah, again, I hope you have a great day, great rest of your day or whatever, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.